that's how you can kind of say it. But yeah, you missed the one, Andy. It was a real true pirate broadcast on 25 megs. When you tuned in, I might have been in maybe for around 27 megs or 26. But no, see, I posted that saying there's a pirate station I'm listening to. That was around like maybe 5 o'clock, which would be, about 2 hours ago. And then I moved on. So that the post sort of wasn't catching up with the real live time, what I was doing. But yeah, it was pretty cool, man. Not cool, but I think whoever was doing it, it takes a lot of guts. And boy, if they get caught, they're going to be facing some serious trouble. 25 megs, they were up on like 25.910, I think, upper sideband. And it was a real deal because I went to lower, and then I went to CW, and they were transmitting in the AM mode. I went to CW, and I heard the tones, true and blue, and I zeroed in on the tone and went to AM. And, boy, there it sat. I don't know where it was coming from. I think it was coming from here in the United States, maybe out towards the middle part of the state. It takes a lot of guts. See, my dipole faces south-southwest on the back side of the house. So anything on the other side of the house being, going east or even north, it'll pick it up, but not as strong as south-southwest. So, yeah, but other than that, it's pretty cool. You had a little Mick Jagger there. He's my good luck charm. Whenever I get everything tuned up and I got the amp going and everything's ready to rock, I always give Mick a little jiggle-jaggle there, and he starts rocking and rolling. And I key up and start calling, and boy, somebody always comes back to me. But when he's not, when his head is not bit-bopping, I don't get nothing. But this evening, his head was going and everything. I was calling CQ. I didn't get no returns. So I guess it was a little bit too late in the day. See, we did hit daylight savings time here in the States last week. So, like, theoretically right now it would be 8 o'clock, and it's really 7 o'clock. So I got to keep that in mind. So, yeah, the band was going to sleep there for sure. It was really tuning out fast. And that's even the reason why I got away from 12 meter, because that pirate station just totally faded out on me. I couldn't get him no more. So I figured, well, I'm not going to sit here for the rest of the night because he's going 12 meters shutting down just like 11 and 10. So, but yeah, man, it's all good. Hey, real quick, Andy, the other day I was listening and you were up on like 28.530 or 540 around there. And here I went to tune up, and I thought I was on my dummy load, and I wasn't. I was on the antenna. I totally forgot. Tuned the radio up, and I unkeyed. I was like, oh, geez, I'm really transmitting. I thought I had it on the dummy load, which I didn't. But I tell you what, I was listening on the laptop to your broadcast, and about maybe 30 seconds later, I heard the carrier. I heard it coming through, because what I did is I keyed up for maybe 10 seconds, and I unkeyed, and then I keyed again for 5, and then I keyed up again. I did it like 3 in a row. And boy, if I didn't hear that come over your receiver there, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that's me, man. And by the time I looked, you already went QSY. You flew down to 14 megs, so I was like, oh well, too late. But, yeah, you'd be surprised. That was with 10 watts, too, Andy. That was 10 watts of power when I was tuning that up. I was really surprised. So, yeah, when the conditions are just right, it doesn't take much. Does not take much for sure. So, all right, Andy. Well, look, buddy, I don't want to be tying you up. I know you got a couple things you want to get done there or whatever, maybe watch some late-night TV or what so have you. and we figured if we seen you in there, just get in here real quick, throw a hello out. It's been a little while since we had a Q-City, my friend. So good to hear you. Good to hear you, Andy. And thanks for getting in here. And hope everything else is going well with you and the family and the missus there, my friend. M3ARB, KC3AZT. Back to you, Andy.
Yeah, okay, Steve. If you quickly have a look at that link, that the bottom link, you'll see what I mean by grabbing directly from the screen. You probably hear yourself actually. I'm doing some screen grabbing of this now. So it's once you get used to it, it's pretty simple to set up. I'm not sure what program you're using, but you can use that one that I've sent you, or also you can try Flash Media Encoder by Adobe. It's most people call it FME or know it by FME. So if you do a search for Flash Media Encoder or FME by Adobe, that's a free version, and you can hook up cams and different sources to that as well. And you can add the resolution, your what do you call it? Your sound card settings as well. So that might be one to look at. I don't know what you're using through your webcam or whatever, but that's worth a look at. So, but the one I used, the XSplit, is I just find the quality of it is, I've not really found anything that matches it. It's real superb quality, so and good for streaming and playing around with. And what I do is I record on that. You can stream with it directly, or you can record it to local. So if you want to make a video of a radio or whatever you're doing, like I've done it for SSTV tutorials, I video it on that, and then use an editing suite to edit it. So it's pretty good. Well worth the money anyway. It's not a lot of money really, considering what you can do with it. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. It's 12 o'clock now, or just after 12 o'clock, and time is getting on. So yeah, good to talk to you. Everything's good here. I haven't been on here too much actually. I've been playing around listening on the real radio. That fascinates me at the moment. I was listening to the Falkland Islands a couple of days ago. A YL operator. I think she took over from her husband because he'd been at it for hours, and from what I could gather, there wasn't a lot of talking, just 59. Thanks a lot, but yeah, I was listening to the Falklands, and that's a first for me on real radio. Managed to do it on 3. I think it was 3, but not heard them since. So yeah, that was pretty neat. Listening to Falkland Islands live. Not a bad signal, 59 here at one point, but then she did fade away. And then the band closed up. 20 metres is closing up now. Like you say, we're into winter time now, and I think into your area, I think about 8 o'clock and it's all over. I don't think there's much more happening 8, 9 o'clock. I went up on there 20 to check it before we started talking here, and I'm just not getting nothing at all. No response. I think I am from South America, but North America is flat as. So at this time of night, it'd have to be 30 or 40. So, okay, Steve, I'm gonna say goodnight, and yeah, have a look at that program, FME or that one I sent you. Works really well, mate. Very, very good. But you'll have to match the settings obviously to your computer. So 7-3s, and I shall speak to you soon. And your little man, your little Mick, did make me laugh. I'm sure he was staring at me. Speak to you soon, Steve. And carry on. It's all good fun, mate. It's what it's about. It's all about experimenting and playing around with this, that, and the other, which you do. I'm like you. I love to do. KC3AZT from M3ARB going to be off and clear. Cheers and beers, Steve. Speak to you soon.
Yeah, okay, Andy, QSL. Well, I'll tell you what, I just took a look at that link you sent me, and boy, this is cool. And I don't want to turn the volume up because I'm afraid I'll get feedback. Now, see, you must have a lot of bandwidth. I don't know what you're running as far as bandwidth, but you must have a really powerful Wi-Fi, or not even a dual Wi-Fi with separate IP addresses going on there, Andy. I don't know, because I know I'm just good if I can run the single version of 4.0 on one computer, I'm good to go. If I try to, run more stuff than one thing at a time, I start having problems. However, it's an older computer. It's a 2-core. Now, see, you must have a lot, but of course that's away from the ham radio room. But I try to work with what I got. I try not to make it into too technical. But I come in from with the extra programs, sort of. I guess in a way, what they're doing is they're actually preparing the broadcast to go into wherever you want it to go, be in Ustream or YouTube or whatnot. So, I'll keep that in mind, buddy. We'll definitely keep that in mind. And the streaming I was doing, that was all right from the fly. I wasn't using any special programs, although the YouTube did tell me you need to download a particular app. I forget what it was called, but it said you needed to download it, which I did. So I take it at talk. I don't even know where it landed in the computer. I got to look for that. I didn't even have time to look where that went. But no, it seems as though that when the internet is open up and there's not a lot of people on it, being, my mom on the other playing computer games with her charades, and she plays a couple games, but I know they take a lot of CPU or a lot of bandwidth, and when she gets on there playing her games, I get on here to do my 4.0, and I start having problems. Now, however, I'm running a Wi-Fi. What I'd like to do is get an HTML cable. That's what I need to run, an HTML cable right from the Wi-Fi hotspot where it's coming into the house, and tap into that, run it directly to the computer. I think that's going to help me a lot, which I need to concentrate on that. I like to do that first